Hello everyone, welcome to Marlin Chess Kids. Today I show another interesting game played by Jeffery and Olexandr. And this game complete in only 24 moves. And the game starts with a pawn to e4, knight f6. And after this opening, the white try to control the center and push the pawn and attack the black, and without giving the black the chance to counter attack. So after this, the white play a e5 attacking the knight, and now the knight need to find for a safe place. And you can see from this diagram, the best move will be a knight to d5, and after this the white play a c4 attacking the knight again, and now again the knight need to move to a secure place, and the place will be a knight b6, and after this the white play a d4 controlling almost the center, and the black play a d6 trying to capture the pawn at e5, and white do not want to capture or destroy the structure. Therefore the white play a f4, a strong attack, and after this position the black play a bishop f5, and in this position the white is slightly better because the pawn are very aggressive, control all the center of the square. You can see this diagram. So basically most of the pieces for the black are unable to move up to develop. Then the white continue by playing knight c3, and then e6 was played, preparing to move the bishop out and go for a short castling, and knight f3 was played. Then the d takes e5 pawn, and after this the f takes e5 pawn again, and now the bishop to b4 pinning the knight, and after this a bishop to d3 preparing to exchange the bishop. Then bishop capture the bishop, and now the queen capture the bishop, and c5 was played, and this is the first 10 move, and you can see that in this position white is clearly better as the pawn is fully developed and attacked, and the pieces are fully developed as well. Then bishop to g5 was played, and this to attack the queen, and also this is delaying the king for a castling. And after this the queen moved to d7, and here castling was played, and after castling this knight at the c3 will be active and ready to attack, such that you can move to the e4, and go to the center square. You have many activity for the knight. After this the d takes c4, taking one of the free pawn. However, this is not a free pawn, as if you capture with the pawn, this knight and this rook will be lack of development, and the knight can just easily jump to e4 and make the attack. So in the actual game, knight e4 was played, and now black must prevent a c5, as the pawn will attack the knight, and later the queen can capture the bishop to capture the bishop and trap the bishop, or you can also move a pawn to attack the bishop. After this a knight c6 was played, and now c5 attacking the knight, So the knight has very limited space and need to go back to c8, and here again the black will lack in development, and after this the white is clearly winning with this amazing move, bishop h6, a brilliant sacrifice from the white. And if the bishop was played to bishop h6, and this is a sacrifice, if the black capture the bishop, then you have a knight to f6 and check the king and attacking the queen, and this is called a fork. If the king move away, then the queen will be captured by the knight. So after this position, the black play a f5, and the queen is protecting the pawn and the pawn is attacking the knight. And after this, the white able to capture the pawn by playing a special move which is called the end person. And here, after this, the pawn capture the bishop. In this game, the pawn capture the bishop. After capture the bishop, then the white play a f7 and attack the king. And here is another sacrifice from the white. So if you capture with the queen, then you have a knight takes d4, and now the rook will be attacking the queen. And if the queen move away, let's say for a safe place such as queen g6, then you can just use the knight to capture the knight, and after pawn capture the c6, then you can have a queen to d4, attacking the rook and attacking the bishop at the same time, and this is called a double attack, or we call it as a fork. In another example you can play is the knight to f6, and here we'll be attacking the king, and if any mistake from the king, there will be a discover attack, because if you move to e7, then the queen will just go to d7, check the king, and after this the king only have one place to play, is king to f8, and after this the knight will capture the pawn and have a discover check, and only also have a double check. And after this, the king need to move to g8, and here you have a very beautiful rook to f8 and checkmate. So after f7 is a very strong attack, and this pawn cannot be captured, and therefore if the king move to e7, then you can just use the pawn to attack the bishop, and now the bishop can capture the pawn, and the knight will capture back the pawn and attacking the queen. And after this, the queen to d5, and you have here with the same pieces, but the position is the white will be slightly better in the position and will be clearly winning. So in the actual game, after f7 and check, the black move king to f8, and this is a question mark move, as after this the white will just attack the bishop, and bishop to a5, and then knight to f6, and the knight is attacking the queen, and after this the queen capture the pawn, and after this the white play knight takes d7 and keep on the attack and aiming for the knight takes h7 and check, and the rook will attack the queen. So king to g7 was played, and after this, at this position, the white win the game, and it is made in 5. I give you a couple of seconds to figure out how the white can play and win the game in the 5 move. Well, congratulations for those who found the answer, and for those who like to enjoy the show, here are the beautiful moves that the white play. In the actual game, the white play knight takes e6, a brilliant sacrifice, and here the queen can capture the knight. And let's see what's the place that the king can move. And you can see that the king has no place to move, as all the knight is attacked, all the square and also queen prevent the king to move forward. So after this check, they have nothing that can block the check, and the only way is to capture with the queen. Queen takes the knight, and after this, the white continue to check by playing a knight h5 check, and you can see that the rook is control the f file and the knight is check the king, and the queen is attacking the g6 square. So after this check, the only way the king can play is to move king to g8, and after this, here another beautiful long distance check, a queen to g3 and check the king. So queen to g3 and check the king, and after this, again there's nothing, no place that the king can move, and the only place is to prevent with the queen. And after this, and the queen make another distant diagonal check, queen to b3 and check the king. So queen to b3 and check the king, and again this queen check the king, the knight is attacking the square and the rook is controlling the f file, and again the king has no place to move, and the only way to prevent this is to play a queen to these two position, queen to f7 or queen to e6. So after this check, the black resign, and if the game to continue queen to e6, then the queen will just capture, and this is be the checkmate. And same, if the queen move to f7, then the queen will just capture and checkmate the king. And with this, thank you.